Breaking tonight, President Trump staying in Washington for Christmas as the Senate heads home amid a partial government shutdown and standoff for border security. Hello and welcome to Justice. I'm Janine Pirro. Thanks for being with us. And thanks to all of you for once again making Justice #1 last weekend. We have a great show on deck with a big guest lineup, including White House Deputy Press Secretary Hogan Gidley, Senator Lindsey Graham, Congressman Mark Meadows, Jim Jordan, and Matt Gaetz, to name just a few. But first, my opening statement. With all due respect, I would like to direct my open to the President of the United States. Mr. President, I understand the pressure that you are under from every side. But the wall at our southern border is a promise that you made, ran on, got elected on, and must keep. But more than that, it is your legacy, and you cannot allow them to force you to compromise. So here we are, days before the Christmas holiday, and you are facing the most important issues that Americans elected you to confront: your promise to build the wall. Now, there's never been a president more dedicated to fulfilling a campaign promise than you. Unlike just about every other president in recent memory, you say what you mean and you mean what you say. That is why your base is so loyal to you and continues to grow. You have done what no other president has had the fortitude to do. The wall is no different. And you must fulfill this fundamental promise to the American people. You cannot buckle. Now, there's no question that on January 3rd, your presidency will face even more obstruction and resistance by the Democrats than you have seen in the last 2 years. They will stop at nothing. They are callously salivating at the prospect of your collapse. The only way to go into this is to let Pelosi and Schumer know that now they are going to have a fight every step of the way. They will have to deal with the toxic environment they created. No one has your strength, Mr. President, your perseverance, or your determination. You instinctively understand what needs to be done and how to do it. And you need to build this wall. Your meeting in the Oval Office with Pelosi and Schumer was a turning point in your presidency. The arrogance, disrespect, and condescension by these two members of Congress was shocking. Schumer unable to look you in the eye, and Pelosi instructing you the wall was a non-starter and that you did not have the votes.
You will not win. The fact is, you do not have the votes in the House.
Nancy, I do. And we need border security. Nancy.
We'll find out.
Well, Mr. President, she found out you had the votes. She is a liar and an obstructionist. And I might add, the whole lot of them are hypocrites.
Illegal immigration is wrong, plain and simple.
I voted numerous times when I was a senator to spend money to build a barrier to try to prevent illegal immigrants from coming in.
We simply cannot allow people to pour into the United States undetected, undocumented, unchecked.
These hypocrites wanted a wall until Donald Trump wanted a wall, until Trump promised a wall. They simply will do whatever they can to stop you from succeeding. Their hatred of you, Mr. President, is so intense and so vindictive that they would rather destroy you in America than destroy the drug cartels, gang members, and the human traffickers coming over our border. Schumer, Pelosi, and their gang of haters ignore the fact that 90% of the heroin coming into our country, killing our loved ones, comes from Mexico. And Nancy and Chuck, you don't want to put a wall up to stop that? We have spent tens of billions of dollars to fight heroin, but you don't want to spend $5 billion to put up a wall to stop heroin for good? Nancy and Chuck, you both know this year ICE agents seized enough fentanyl to kill every person in the United States, but you don't want a wall to stop it. Don't you want to stop the human traffickers, the child smuggling, and the coyotes raping young women claiming that they're family? Isn't this what every law-abiding American wants? What is with this open border nonsense? And you call us racist, heartless, and cruel? I'll tell you what's heartless. It's a number of Americans that are killed by drugs pouring over our porous, namby-pamby fenced border. It's the number of illegals in Democrats' sanctuary cities who kill innocent Americans. You want to throw down the welcome mat to illegals and with open arms shower them with health care and education and housing. Yes, you will have a fight from every side. But what is clear to the American people is that these Democrats have no respect for the rule of law and want to attack it. Their sanctuary cities endanger the safety of our citizens. It's just insanity. The only time the rule of law matters to these left-wing haters is when it's the campaign finance law. But the protection of our country and its citizens, who gives a damn? So we shut down the government. Okay, it's been shut down 20 times. Let's be clear. All essential personnel continue to work. The shutdown does not affect Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, the military, or other essential branches. And after the shutdown, all the other non-essential employees are paid. So stop with the rhetoric. 75% of our government is open. And the wall is the will of the American people. So now there's talk of compromise. For those of you who want a lesser amount than $5 billion, that number is simply inadequate. How many caravans need to come through before we realize that we need a wall? And the money from last year's budget can only be used to fix a fence. And for those of you who think that's enough, consider this. An 8-month pregnant woman was able to scale the fence to get to the American side to deliver her baby. Do you really think that that is the kind of wall we need? Mr. President, the American people are tired of our government standing with illegals over American citizens. They are tired of the destruction of the rule of law in our country and everything our founding fathers fought for. And I don't care who owns the shutdown, and neither do they. We voted for you, and you have not failed us. So while the Senate goes home for Christmas, you remain in Washington. I am pleading with you on behalf of the American people who believe with every fiber of their being that if anyone can get it done, you are the one who can and will. This is your moment in history. Just do it.